Just some of your early thoughts on your offense, Coach.
Well, 2 days into it, execution obviously is going to get better. But I'm excited about where we're at. I think we have enough tools and we can be explosive enough to make plays down the field. And the guys are working extremely hard. And I feel like the work ethic and the want to and the desire is all there. So that's why we're practicing. Spring practice, we're going to get better every day.
All of the scholarship quarterbacks you have multiple years of eligibility left. So what's kind of the balance right now between the long-term development that you need from those guys and then getting people ready to start in August?
Well, I think right now it's really neither of those. I mean, right now you're just trying to go out every single day and get better at small things and start stacking good days on top of each other and start getting better habits, better execution, better technique and fundamentals. And it's just a daily grind of every single day trying to get a little bit better. As we get a little further down the road and figure out where we're at, that's when we'll start thinking more about those kind of things.
As you've gone on in your career, has there been an adjustment to the way spring goes just because everybody's getting still to know each other every spring in a way that it didn't used to be the case?
Well, for sure. I think one of the biggest challenges in spring football in the spring semester now is getting your team, to build a brotherhood. And part of that's just getting to know each other, like you said. And so every spring that's different now because you've got, 15 to 40 new faces on the field each spring. And so that is certainly a challenge, just cohesiveness, team, bonding, trust, all those things that go into being part of a great organization.
Talking to two tight ends today, what do you see in that position group and how do you think you'll use them?
Well, we're going to have them block. We're going to throw it to them. Is how we're going to use them. And I'm not being, coy, but that's just what we're going to do. They're going to do both. And that's what we're looking for, guys that can do both. Really excited about some of the guys in that group right now. They're doing a really good job. Seen some flashes certainly in the first few days of what they can become.
George Furhan being one of those, and he's a guy who's been around here. The other ones are newcomers.
Yeah.
What do you like about him? I think he's a former state champion hurdler, and he's a guy that has proven he can play at this level.
Yeah, for sure. George is like you mentioned, he's a former state champion hurdler. That means he can run. And he's athletic, and so I think he's got a real opportunity to be a weapon down the field and be a guy that we can use mismatch-wise and get down the field and catch the ball. It's always fun when you got big guys that fast that can get down the field in seams because they're a big target to throw to.
What about Christian Earls? Not many tight ends bigger than him. How do you plan on deploying him?
Another big target. As we a little bit of the plans for guys, it's like it's day 2, we hadn't put pads on yet, so you're trying to figure out like exactly who they are and what they are. I think as you start to get a little bit more towards the end of spring football, you start to get more of a plan of what a guy can be and what are his strengths and how do you utilize those strengths within your scheme. But everything I've seen out of Christian so far, I'm excited about.
There's a lot of offensive coordinators that maybe come up through the quarterback side of things.
Yeah.
You've done tight ends, you've done offensive line. And what that breadth of experience, how do you think that helps you in this position?
Well, I think early in my career, tight ends is one of the best. If you're going to be a coordinator, it's one of the best positions you can be in because it certainly gives you a balanced approach to the game. You're going to be involved in blocking schemes, pass protection, and then obviously in the passing game. So I've been blessed to be around a lot of great offensive minds and a lot of great coordinators. My whole career, I've always had a desire to want to coordinate, call plays, and so yes, I'm an offensive line coach and a tight end coach, but I'm always listening and always studying and always writing down and preparing for this moment. So if you're not, you won't be ready. So, but I think advantage-wise, obviously, it gives you a lot of comfort in the run game and the protection part of scheming up what you need to get done each week.
What'd you learn from Lincoln Riley?
Well, I think the biggest thing I learned from Lincoln was to always attack and to simplify. He is always on the attack. There's not a moment in his day that he's not excited about a play and how I'm going to get this play to open up and go score points. And obviously he's been one of the best at it in college football for 10 years. And then I think overall, just every day, his positive attitude and positive personality when he walks in the office every day, he's just a very positive person to be around. And so he's always moving forward, always positive, always making the next thing happen.
Charles Ross, one of the guys you were familiar with before coming here. What does he add to this team that really needed depth at receiver, but also explosive guys?
Yeah, I mean, so far Charles adds those things you just talked about. He adds depth, he adds explosiveness. And Charles, just like anybody, he spent most of last year not playing very much, so he's shaking off some rust and getting back out on the field and getting the details down. But he can run and he can catch. He's made a couple of really nice plays here in the first couple of practices. So we just got to continue to work on the details and be on it every play because Charles is good enough to do that.
We didn't see E.J. Colson out here today. Is that just precautionary, nothing long-term?
No, I think you had to defer that to Coach Odom.
Anything else for Coach?